Well, I want to welcome everybody to it's actually the third Instagram live conversation that we've had where we highlight exceptional athletes and players in our Eastern skiing community. Tonight we're hosting a conversation about race and how it applies to the culture of cross-country skiing in New England. I'm joined by Lyndon Nedick, who grew up in Western Massachusetts before moving to Boston, joining the Eastern Mass Bill Koch, and then, of course, graduating to the ranks of the CSU Junior Club. And really neat fact is that Lyndon made his first junior national team this winter, which was a unique experience because it was cut short. So that's pretty interesting. And Lyndon did participate in an REG program 2 years ago as a second-year U16, but then he was a active participant in our virtual REG camp we just finished up last week. Lyndon's been a leader of his home club on the trails and off, and he's the impetus that sparked NENSA's executive director to publish Taking a Stand Towards Making a Difference, and to state NENSA's goals of addressing racial injustice and inequality, and also trying to make our organization as inclusive as possible. So kind of a special thank you and shout out to you, Lyndon, for being that young leader. Very cool. Bill Harmeyer, I was trying to be funny here, and I've had the pleasure of knowing Bill since he was actually shorter. I was taller than him, which is a true story. If you guys don't know Bill, he's quite a bit taller than me now and has been for quite some time. Bill grew up in Mansfield, Nordic, right in the shadows of Mount Mansfield. He was a Bill Koch racer, Eastern Cup skier, and a junior national skier for New England. Perhaps the most telling story of his character is when he served as a wax tech at junior nationals in Stowe, while his twin brother was a competitor. And I think he had a lot of fun that week, and it was just amazing to see somebody be a student of the sport and just have fun, and then continue on to the University of Vermont and to qualify for Junior World Championships in Soldier Hollow in 2017, where he had an 11th place in the sprint, which is our best male result there. And if it wasn't for that Russian or Bill messing with the Russian, something else might have happened. But I think even, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you were the top junior in 29th place in the individual distance race as well.
I think I might have been the second or third, but
you sure?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Ever humble, ever humble. Well, we'll have to look that one up again. And then of course he became a force on the UVM squad, frequenting the podium for a couple of years in a row now. And then just this year, he joined the Stratton Mountain T2 team to begin his career pursuing professional skiing. If you don't know what his vlog is yet, you should definitely check it out. And sort of in note, and why Bill was originally invited to this conversation is in 1.0, he donates some of his personal money to Black Lives Matters and COVID relief, which I thought was an exceptional thing for a young athlete to be doing, especially when his main sponsors are still mom and dad, as I understand, at least by social media. Then we have Akio Mayfield Carucci, who's originally from Bozeman, Montana, and the product of Bridger Ski Foundation under the guidance of Dragan Danevsky. Very cool guy there. He then went on to Harvard, and I think I got this wrong with you before. I always remembered that you had exceptional results as a classic skier, and I think you've convinced me that I was wrong about that, and that it's more skate races.
I think traditionally I was a little better in skate during college, and more.
How about as a young junior?
I was a little more equal, I think, when I was younger, but yeah, in college I really felt like I found my stride skating.
I remember you doing really well in some West Yellowstone camps in early races. At Harvard, Akio was the leader of the team, and I believe it looks like a third place male finish in a carnival. You led your team to some historic results for Harvard. So that's really cool. And we can give a shout out to Chris City because he was the first guy to log on here tonight. So that's pretty fun. After skiing, Akio's our grandfather here. He started his professional career back at BSF. He then went on to the Bend Endurance Academy. And now I think this is the third year you've been at Craftsbury in the Green Racing Project. We'll tell somebody up there to update the website. Just
sounds good. We'll pass
just
it
a
on.
joke, but it's all good. Of his special story is that in 2019, not only was the American Birkebeiner champion, but we learned earlier today that you declined bed or couch space on your teammates' behalf and actually slept on the floor the night before winning the American Birkebeiner.
It was a very comfortable floor, but yeah, that was a great week. Got to stay with Elena Sonesson and her family at their cabin up there, which was really fun. We had a great week.
That's awesome. So in Craftsbury, you've been working on, originally probably you were doing some projects in heating efficiency, and you've obviously, like almost I believe all athletes up there, helped coaching the junior kids. And then more recently, you've reached out and expressed that you've been helping better address and remedy systematic barriers for, I have to look at, Lyndon, can you say this for me?
Oh, Black Indigenous people of color.
I could not say that as well as you, and I think that's a nice point to pause on, that we're all learning and having an open conversation, and anybody who wants to send in questions over Instagram, please know we'll address them. And just Lyndon, I think, is going to speak to that a little bit more in a minute here about maybe some ground rules. So if I haven't introduced myself, I'm Justin Beckwith, the competitive program director. I'm hidden, and I'll be moderating and posing questions to these guys. But this is primarily a conversation between our athlete guests. So I'd like to thank the three of you for not only joining us tonight, but being outstanding human beings, leaders, and ambassadors for our sport. Very cool group of people we're getting to talk to right here. So I'm thankful for that. With no further ado, I think maybe it's time for you guys to introduce yourself, and as part of that, discuss what motivated you to be a part of this conversation.